Vamos a aparcar por allá, Maribel, para que no me parqueo, para las fotos. Traigo el tape. Ven, se nos pegue.
So, we're here at the Miracles Club. It's been a long, wonderful day. We started out at 9 this morning, and some have been with us almost from the very beginning. Maribel has. And tell me your name again, please. Rosa. Rosa. She's been with us a long ways. Mary. So, we're walking. Aleshanee, why are you walking?
I'm walking for my daughter and for Cindy's son and for Mirabel's son and for all of the people, named and unnamed, who are trapped in the system, in the broken system. Trapped by addiction to pharmaceutical drugs, and needing a place to heal, needing a place where hearts can heal.
So our lights are symbolic in that we stopped by Posh, and we didn't light it there, but the idea was to shine a light. Like Portland, Oregon State Hospital, where one young woman is, we know personally, has been locked up there, and her mother walked with us and then left us there to go visit her daughter. So shining a light on that, and also using a light as a beacon for us to commit and lead the way to creating communities where hearts can heal. It's significant that we stopped here today because the African American community is heavily targeted both by the criminal justice system and now by the mental health system. A young African American male is 9 times likely to get a higher dosage of drugs than his counterpart. And the case in point is my son, which just in the last 2 or 3 years did I find out that when we took him and filled the prescription, his prescription was a 1,200% overdose of a drug that caused immediate muscle stiffness and intense pain, and caused him to begin to self-harm himself, burn himself. He cut himself. He wanted to jump out of the window. He felt himself dying from toxic poisoning about 6 months later in an effort to save his life because no one would answer the door. He thought we had poisoned him, the fire that was burning inside. He thought that we had poisoned him, and he left the house to get help to save his life. And he knocked on 3 doors, and no one answered. So I would say now, still being in a sane mind, even though he was in a toxic overdose, he did what he had to do to save his life. And he took a stick and he broke a big picture window of the 4th house, and then went and sat in a rope right in the middle of the street, knowing that somebody would then call the police. And in his records, in one police record, the other police has a different story, but in the records where they write what my son was doing when the police came, he says, as soon as they arrived, he said, "I'm dying from being poisoned. Please take me to the hospital." And they surrounded him, and they read him his rights, and they took him to jail. And I, knowing that he wasn't a criminal, went and bailed him out immediately, and because of the conditioning that so many of us have, I immediately took him to Kaiser. I said, "You have to take care of him. You have to do something. He's in too much pain." And so they kept him for 2 weeks, drugged the hell out of him with shots. Just recently, reading those records, he actually had a toxic withdrawal, neuroleptic malignant syndrome, toxic reaction that was so severe that they had to give him another drug to counter that. And that's just been a cycle now. He continues to be drugged 2 to 3 times the maximum dose. And I see other young black men in there that are walking around like zombies, and I see others also. But because we're at Miracles, and this is kind of was the heart of the black community, and so many young African-American black men have been killed by police who are here to serve us. They've been killed, and they've had mental illness, and the police have never been held accountable for, ever. And we've also not only lost so many to the police bullets, but to the prison system. This man sitting here has his son that was framed, and basically his son is a political prisoner, has been for quite some time. And as you know, so many of, there are more African-American men in prison now than there were in slavery during the height of slavery. So we're here to shine a light on the broken system. We're here to pay respects, not respect, but to let those whose lives have been taken from us to know that we're here to dedicate ourselves to creating communities where the hearts can heal. There's a lot of broken hearts out there even now. Even though they may not be on medication, they may have lost their home, they may have lost their job. There's a lot of broken hearts, and the system is set up to gobble them up, either through the mental health system or the prison system, or from the mental health system into the prison system, and trying to fix something that's so broken and institutionalized. It's like fighting against the wind. I guess I hate to put the wind in there like that, because wind is such a beautiful thing, but we feel like we've got to step outside that and begin to bring community together and unity. And I like to share the vision that I have, that I've shared here with Miracles, and they're very interested in it, and I've talked to Occupy Northeast, they're very interested in, and that's to train about 25 folks from the community for the Community Resource Response Team, and they would be trained in paralegal, mental mentoring, crisis de-escalation, life coaching. They would be trained in how to heal and bring a community back together and protect it at the same time. And as they become trained or while they're being trained, we'd also, in a neighborhood, and imagine this in every neighborhood, we'd have a respite house. So when that emotion overwhelms you from whatever you're experiencing and you have no place to go, there's a house, a respite house, where people there will see you as someone whose heart needs to heal. And you'll have 7 days where there will be at least 3 to 4 people, peers, supporting you, you know, helping you move through a human emotion, you know, not medicating you, not locking you up, and not leaving you to be self-destructive or community destructive. There's a place where you can go and be restored. So then with the respite house, which would have 4 beds, after that would be the community clubhouse, which in the African American neighborhood would focus on healing through music, art, and the spoken word. And you would, again, you would have all kinds of support, and it would be a place to go during the day where you would be welcomed, where you wouldn't be shamed, you wouldn't be bullied. You could meet new people, or you could just go there to be among other people, but just to be. You wouldn't be required to attend classes. You wouldn't be required to do this or do that. You could just become and be who you wanted to be. And so that's the 3 parts of the vision that I have for beginning to create that place where hearts can heal. And Aleshanee has, you want to tell about what you're wanting for Daniela? Because each of our children have different needs and in different ways, and none of our children have been able to come back into our homes or to the community and heal. It's too difficult and it's too dangerous. We've all been hurt and harmed from the drugs in our children. And so
what Daniela has been asking for is a healing sanctuary. She really wants a place that she can go to and be quiet and left alone and meditate. And the places that I have found that are like that are in the area of $20,000 a month. And so this is not a long-term answer for her or for our communities. This is not realistic. What Cindi is talking about is a beautiful, holistic answer that I think can eventually work for everybody. For the immediate future, and for, you know, my concerns for my daughter she needs to heal from the hospital experience that she had that was very abusive, and from the over-drugging that went on for over a year. So she does need some therapeutic help and supports. I'm having to try to raise money for her to do that, but for a long-term vision, but Cindi and I are, if we raise money, we're each going to donate 25% of whatever we raise, divided in half, to our communities for a healing, long-term healing plan, something that would serve the whole community. And in the community where I'm living, there is an impulse to start these Ruskin Mills therapeutic communities where there's a lot of crafts, woodwork, painting, metalwork, gardening, a lot of hands-on types of activities that have these sorts of communities have been starting in Europe and have been very successful in rehabilitating people who've come out of the prison system and helping youth at risk. So I would really like to see that happen. It's not coming just from me. It's something that's wanting to happen in the community where I am. So I would love to feed that and support that dream.
Okay, so think what I'd like to do is to gather the names, since my list I had 6 names that I knew of. First of all, those whose lives have been taken. And Elena, could you take notes on that? So, the one of the first ones is Keaton Otis. His father just came through. Any of you know another name? Please just speak it out, and then as we leave, I'll talk about that as we leave.
Is Kendra James?
Yes. Erin, go ahead.
Erin Campbell.
Is there a fellow named Perez?
James.
James Perez?
Mm-hmm.
And a gentleman that was at the circle today.
That's a good fellow, James.
Kruger, Paul Kruger. Does anybody know
What's the name? Would you say something?
Kruger?
There's also Jose Maria Put and James Chassie.
Yes.
They have been shot. Right here in Portland by the police. Because the color of their skin.
Rosa's son. What's his name?
José Alemán.
So, now, because it's not just the police bullets, but the economics of poverty and race, and so if you know of others who have been taken from us either by violence through bullets or the violence of the prison system, if you want to share their names, and we'll also speak their names.
Troy Vaughn, Troy Davis.
Oscar Grant.
How far are we going back? Martin Luther King is one of this
Be on the
number.
top.
He's one of this number. That's the company they're in.
Yes.
Malcolm X. The Panthers lasted 6 months and the KKK is still operating.
I think just maybe reading in our awareness of the absence of them in our presence, and also at the same time our promise to create spaces where those who are still alive but not among us can return to heal, and for those whose spirits have gone, that may their spirits rest in peace as they watch us begin to create the world that should have been here for them to unfold in. I should have mentioned my son, he's not in in prison, but he is in prison. Siddhartha Fisher.
Gomez?
Do you want us to speak your son's name as we go up the street? Your son? Well, the last leg is I don't know if anybody else was.
John was supposed to be here, and my husband's on his way, and I mean they'll catch up with us though.
Joining us in, I would strongly encourage that you honor your bodies along the way. One of our core beliefs is that you take care of your vessel so that you will be here for others. And so it's very, very important that you listen to your body and don't feel like you're deserting us if you need to stop. It's like you honor us by honoring your body and knowing that your heart is with us and that you will continue on with us in our heart even if you need to stop.
And if there's anyone who has a really strong, young, healthy body and is eager to maybe carry Cindy's backpack, is that your backpack? She doesn't.
Mine right here.
Oh, that's yours. She's not wearing a good backpack today. She's going to wear a different one tomorrow, and I've got one on already, but I'm feeling like she's really carried that a lot today already.
How it just kind of echoes back, you know, well, it just say it, but we're not going to shout it, we'll just say it quietly. And then I'll pass the list on in the megaphone, and we're not going to shout, but we will speak it so others can hear it. Somebody else can read the next name, and we'll echo it back and until we've gone through the list. We're going to stop at reflections, but I don't know anybody that was going to meet us there, so I think right now we can just share our loss of a place that was the soul of Black folks for a long time, a meeting place, a gathering place, an empowering place, an educational place, a place for soul food, and really honoring Gloria for holding that for so long, even when, you know, she and the co-founder separated, she still held that for us for a very long time. And so we're going to miss that, and hopefully, prayerfully, something else will be reborn there that will nourish us the way that place did. So let's clean up and appreciate Miracles Club for offering us this stop along our way to regroup and refresh and renew. And to those of you that are going to the other side of the river, we're expecting to get there about 10. It's going to be a walk. So
We might have to say something like that. Put one in front of it. No, it's not that far. And if anybody wants a candle, when it gets dark, you might want, and there's tinfoil, if you want to just carry it in your pocket, we can light candles. I can carry them too, you can come get it from me. We're just walking around.
Hi.
oh, you got to be walking down the way.
Yoga.
We'll just say the name. I think it's very appropriate. Joe?
Yes.
Yeah, that we're hopefully our name. I'm going to make it so the names last while we walk by.
By the police,
Okay.
yeah.
I think
Bye,
that's
Jocelyn.
Okay.
appropriate. Bye-bye.
Reflections, here we come. Yeah. We'll walk by Reflections. Maribel, this is Nathaniel, my husband.
Hasn't been taken from us either by police killers or my prison or mental health prison. And first name. And as I say it, then we'll just start with Mary and it'll just kind of reflect back.
Keaton Otis. Kendra James.
Aaron Campbell. James Perez. Jose Marilla
Mia.
James Chassie.
Jose Elman.
What's there something?
Siddhartha Fisher.
Hector
Ilias.
Trayvon Martin. Troy Davis.
You want to keep going?
I'm not sure.
Maybe do we want to stand and give them a little solidarity and, and be some witness?
Martin Luther King. Malcolm X.
Go ahead and go through, go that way, but don't stand there.
Why? Oh yeah, Veterans for Peace.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good. Little police accountability out here.
All right on.
Yeah.
Do you have a business card?
I can give you a card. Yeah.
I need it.
We're with Portland Indie Media. I'm with Portland Cop Watch.
Oh
And,
yeah, Dan Handelman,
Dan
my guy.
Handelman. Yeah.
Him and Joanne Austin, Joanne heard me already too. Yeah, I got a ton of pictures for you guys, and this is his family right here, and he's been pulled over continuously. It's excessive.
One of these guys
the
on the
one with
curb.
the red hat on.
Uh-huh.
They pulled him over citing that he didn't have proper information on the back of his car. They thought it might have been a stolen car, but this happened 2 weeks ago.
Same
thing. They gave him a ticket for reckless driving. All the information they ran is information, but this continues to happen to a lot of people that have gotten out of jail and gotten their license and their insurance. They don't want them to drive, evidently, because even though they check their license and insurance, they're continuously being pulled over. So basically,
seems more like just harassment in a way.
It's more than harassment. It's a civil rights violation. And they've already searched this car, which they're searching without asking, and they're saying that it was probable cause without giving the probability of the cause. And there's a lot of different people that are going to court even this month that the same issue has happened to. So we're going to have
the same type of a pullover, same kind of harassment.
It's usually people. Yeah, it's usually the ones who have done some type of time, who have been incarcerated. They're violating their civil rights. So they're saying that if you've been previously incarcerated, then that's a good reason for them to pull you over, and then they call it reckless driving.
I don't see any officers of color out here either. They're all like white officers.
And I don't even think it's a color thing, because if you just saw the new graduates, there wasn't a whole lot of color amongst them. So
After the fact,
Well, they've been up here for at least about an hour sitting here, right?
Yeah. They told us to go stand by a tree or stand up
We go through the list again, just
position and everything else.
So it takes
What's up, Roger?
Huh?
It takes
Ten-
10
I guess for expired tags or something?
Well, no, it wasn't even expired tax. His tags, his PIN, his insurance, everything was done. Their game task too, so we're spending extra money on that. That's like a boutique service. We spend extra money on game task and they put 10 people.
Thanks for talking to me.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dan's for us to say hi.
Okay.
By police bullets, by prison system, by the mental health system. I'll say the name and other people will echo it. And our commitment is to shine the light on a very broken system and also to commit ourselves to becoming a community where hearts can heal, that we begin to take care of ourselves, that we have community response teams that take care of us, and that we not allow lives to continue to be stolen or harassed from us. So we came up with a list. We just left Miracles. And if you know of other ones that are in prison or in jail, after we finish our list, please add. The first one is Keaton Otis.
Keaton Otis.
She's still alive.
Hey, don't stop her. Sheena, do not stop her.
Huh?
Could you please just back up and let these guys do their job?
James.
We want them to do the job because it costs much money.
James Perez.
James Perez.
Keaton Otis. His dad is a block away.
Joe
This was traumatizing
Marilla
him.
Cook.
Joe Medea Put.
James Chase.
James Chassie.
Jose Ailman.
Jose Alman.
Siddhartha Fisher.
Siddhartha Fisher.
Hector Elias.
Hector Alias.
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin.
Troy Davis.
Troy Davis.
Oscar Grant.
Oscar Grant.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
They would like people who have been taken into prison unjustly or lost in gang violence. Anybody else have a name? Another burger? Rodney King. I'm in the last Huey Newton.
Timothy Weeks.
Timothy Weeks.
It takes 10 people, 10 officers to do one check. It's interesting.
It's been going for an hour or more.
Yeah, more.
More.
More, yeah.
We're going to get smarter. This is the stuff that we're going to make sure that the director of equity pays for. Community knowledge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many people do you know that are laying homeless on the street right now that could need some support?
Cameron down there at City Hall hungry.
Yeah.
Cameron down at City Hall.
50 days. 50 days. Starving.
How many people do you know that are being foreclosed right now that could use some support?
Some of our city resources.
This costs us a lot of money, and Senator Wyden keeps asking for this. Because they keep getting
Unemployment rate. Right, unemployment rate.
You got a last name, you're going to get in trouble for it.
I thought this was a car wreck when I seen all the police up here, but it's just a small-time harassment.
Right. That's why we keep City Hall accountable to doing what they're supposed to do. Let's go ahead and make sure that they are
We are public servants. We are the public. We are the people.
Yes.
So why are there 10 of you on a drug raid, and most of the people in prison, where there are more black men in prison than there were during slavery, and they are there for far less drug crimes than their white counterparts. You spend 10 people and how many hours trying to take somebody into the prison when you already don't have enough money to feed, care, homeless, hungry, single moms?
Wow.
And that this is the best that you can do?
Look at that.
This is the best, this is your best service to the people. Stand here with God.
What about our veterans who go out and serve our country and they come back and there's no support for them? Where's the support?
Do me a favor, where Mom at? Tell Mom to write down all these officers' names, please.
They said we can't have their business card. He said no.
Oh, he said that.
Yeah, he said no.
They're supposed to give out
Right
their
here,
business cards.
exactly. We already contacted them.
Supervisor.
Right here.
Supervisor?
He said Sergeant Darby, he said that we cannot have their cards, that we have his card, but really, based on the law, they're supposed to make sure all of that. You just messing up.
I gave them my card. I'm the supervisor.
Yeah.
They've got my card. All of the officers' names will be listed on the report. This is very cataloged.
Card?
Yes.
We want everybody.
Yeah. We want everybody's
Not just
name.
yours, everybody's.
You've got,
Yeah, I'd like everybody's card.
ma'am, let these guys do their job, please.
I am. I'm just asking for a business card.
Please just back up, let them do their job, and we'll be out of here.
Your job is to serve us, not to imprison us.
But I'm just
50%
saying.
of the African American males are in prison.
If they
That's
stand
more than were
guard, wait till
enslaved
they've done
during the height of the slavery. What is that about?
Ma'am, I can't address all those issues right now.
That's just one. You're trying to put somebody else in prison. 50%. 10 of you.
Will you please let
You
these
can
guys
take
do
me
their job?
down.
No one wants to take you down. I just want to get done.
Then leave him alone. Leave his car alone. Go find something. Go get the people, the police that kill people. Go find him. Spend 5 hours with him, talking to him about why he killed Aaron Campbell, James Chassie, Kendra James. Go find those people. Leave us alone.
Okay, I understand your
It's called
concern.
racism.
Drive
Have they not found anything? You guys have been here for about an hour. I've seen
Over
it
an
on
hour.
the street. So
Over an hour.
I mean, it just seems it keeps going and going, and all this in the community is that you guys want better relations with the community. I'm sure.
And you have to admit that every officer on this stop has been very polite and
Oh, they have been. I haven't seen no inappropriateness. It's just so pressure.
and sir, you have to admit that there are a lot of people out here on the sidewalk.
I know.
And so,
It's not about your
in order
polite.
for us
I
to do
don't care
things
about your
safely,
politeness.
Sure.
we have people with the
You're gonna be
crowd. we have
polite.
people-
It's just sort of creating such a big thing. I don't know where the value in all this is with community.
But we didn't create this.
Yeah.
We made a traffic stop. All these folks showed up.
Is this a normal traffic stop?
Yeah.
Is this what you do for everybody who stops at a traffic? Just explain to me that. It takes 10
Just let them do their
officers.
job, and then we'll be done.
And you are being polite, but you're being polite while you're harassing my son. I don't really care for that. Not at all.
And the traffic stop was.
They're making it up. They're trying to go down the category of finding something.
He said he didn't know. Right here. I got that on.
First it was a VIN number missing the number. First it was an incorrect turn. Does it look like it?
I
Then
see
it
lots
was,
of other kind of weird turns, but.
Then it was on down, we're going to search your car on down the list, you know, and they stopped him about a week ago for reckless driving, and then they didn't show up at court, so they dropped it to careless. It's called racism. Yeah, it's called harassment.
It's called war on poverty, a war on black people, a war on drug.
Welcome to white America. Welcome to white America.
Is this helping us? Is this cleaning up our neighborhood?
I don't see any value in any of this.
There's no value at all.
It's ruining communities.
Thank you. And it's ruining families because we have to come out here and stand on the street while they harass my son. Yeah.
I'm not sure this is the job they all wanted to take on when they took this job.
I'm not sure this is the job they need.
And you have so much talent. I got so each one of you. The world needs your gift. The world needs your compassion.
We need you to serve and protect, not harass and exploit. That's horrible.
You're being used by the system. You're being used.
I think Vivian needs to ask for a better training, because if you guys get that other guy, it's going to be worse.
1, 2, 3, 4 cars. In the middle of our neighborhood.
Are they going to bring the catfish down here so we eat some?
Why aren't you doing enough?
They're not. If you call the police because you need help, they're not taking your ass.
How many of you have read the book, The New Jim Crow? I highly, highly recommend that you read The New Jim Crow. How many of you know that in order to get more military equipment from the government, they have to make use of it. They have to write down how many military exercises they get military equipment to use in our communities against us, and they have to earn it for the next year. How many of you know that in the prisons they have quotas to fill? If it's privatized, they made an agreement to fill those beds, and they fill them with us.
Cindy, let me film so they don't plan it. Be able to see in the car, see what they do.
That's right. Right, I went to the prison. I would highly recommend that you read Jim Crow to get the system to feed your family. That's to take care of your home. Find out how they're using you to victimize and abuse us.
Even white, you wouldn't have stuff.
You want a grab so you can send them in? Is that it?
Blue-eyed devil, they call
I
it.
remember that one right there.
That's the one.
Blue-eyed devil.
From a community that's wondering what you're doing here.
It's going to be hard for you to sleep tonight. You're going to sleep with your eyes open. You might even cry when you go home. Because I would. I would. You got to have a heart.
Black man, you notice everything just now because of his color of his skin. Doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong or white American. It doesn't matter.
Have a resident house, we can talk to people what's happening. Cindy has this vision for this model of community muster centers. She was talking about it.
Doesn't matter.
No purpose.
They don't need black people anymore? Have no thought.
I can get a phone for you. If somebody have a phone, I can get a phone here for you. This is the mama of the. And she needs to use the phone. She wants to call.
I want to call the, actually,
Good.
I know there's something get out there first, but I just
Oh,
Cindy.
I'm thinking, I don't think they're going to do anything, so I'm thinking we need to go ahead and
We probably you're on a schedule too, so
yeah.
it was the stars were in line though.
Yeah, they were. I just want you people to remember that we need to become the community that cares for each other. Because as long as we allow them to
This isn't making it seem like it's not harassment. It's like pretending to do something. You guys are great actors here.
Because they wouldn't even
Right, they wasn't doing this.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go to your church. We are building community.
We're getting ready to move.
They want us to
Yeah, we're getting ready to, I think, continue to walk.
Okay.
We are building community right here.
Cindy?
We are creating our...
Actually, technically, y'all would be considered bullies. You know what I'm saying? All them roaches and stuff they be running about anti-bullies, y'all can look at that. Especially, you might have to still hurt.
Vámonos. Vámonos, amiga.
I think lives go to hell. Like, they want to say some of them. Filler, you lied 2 minutes. Go to hell. You don't think of me. You lied, you wasted 2 minutes. And then look, check it out. You know, works for me. I was using my arms and moving around so he was pushing me and pulling me at the same time. Why this guy was doing some common sense? I think
You ever seen anything like this where they get up underneath the hood?
No, I never have. Yep. Yeah. And apparently they stopped this guy the other day too, or a week ago, and kind of hassled him too, and no charge, or a real minor charge. Big charge to start with, dropped a little charge. But yeah, this is bizarre.
Down at Prescott and MLK, and there's people out on the street here. There's some policemen.
And it does nothing but just...
It makes us angry.
It makes everybody angry.
Makes us angry.
I don't care if they even found something in there anyway. It just ruins everything, you know, to exploit it this far.
Yeah.
They pit everybody against everybody.
Prescott and MLK.
They should be protecting the community. I don't know how you protect when you got this going on.
The doctor got stabbed on the bike. Who's looking for them? They stole his bike and stabbed.
They didn't went up under the hood. Now look at here. If I gotta go to the hood to get anything, I'm gonna be too late to do anything.
Hey, you're welcome to join the fun. It looks like fun. It is.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
That's in New York, Spring Valley.
Took his card hard. Y'all searched everybody. Y'all changed his oil. So now what? Now what?
I know you're afraid of the community. I know. Stand back. There's got to be space between you and the community, right? You can't interact with us. You can only act on us. There's a difference. Interacting means communicating and connecting. Acting on It's like victimizing. Think about what you do and the gifts you have, and does this really serve you and the community and the world? There's so much more you could be doing with your life. There could be a lot more joy, not fear, not being afraid to interact, not looking away, but talking to someone straight in the face, in the eyes.
When we're all done here, I'd love to talk to you.
What?
When we're all done here, I'd love to talk to you. But let us just do
Not
our
about
job.
my
Do your job.
Not about your
Invade our.
It looks like it's a fishing expedition. You totally tore the car up. And
And there's 10 of you. And 4 cars. And there's hungry people. There's lost children. People on the sleep. I know. That's not what you're about, right?
We're trying to get through this now. We can work on that.
Get through this now? You mean you want to finish acting on us, and then you'll talk about why the suicide rate, and the homicide rate, and the hunger rate, and the homeless rate, and the police brutality rate is so high. We'll talk about that later.
Please let us do our job.
I'm not stopping you. I'm trying to interact with you. I'm trying to tell you that here's a community of people.
You can call me and interact with me if you'd like.
This is a community. I'm not by myself. We want to know why you're here. We talk to us. We're here right now. Why are you here? Why are you standing with guns in attention as if this is a military operation? You're not supposed to be militarized. You're supposed to be servants. Servants of the people. You're here to protect and serve us, not harass and victimize and kill us. James Chassie, Kendra James, Aaron Campbell,
Otis Keaton.
Otis Keaton. That's serving us? Please, don't serve us. That's it. Leave us alone.
Otis Keaton was just going down the street and he looked different and he turned into a big episode.
23 bullets. That man is still employed serving the people. 23 bullets in a 20-year-old's body.
This person's eyes, this guy right here, and I know that he doesn't want to shoot anybody.
You know, if you're doing the wrong job, you need to find where you can best serve.
I agree.
This is not serving.
No. It's redefining. It's redefining the policy. I was talking about this for years. Is like the fact that the police need to not be disenfranchised from the people and vice versa.
But this
there
doesn't.
needs to be communication. This is certainly not helping.
Yes, this doesn't help.
How does this? How does this serve? You know, again, it's like the police, like, you know, support and serve. How do you serve and depend?
That's what I'm asking them. And how many times do they stop and talk to us? The fact that they have to stand here and act on us gives us an opportunity to speak. To say that you're destroying a community. But you've already heard
I'm
of what's
guessing because of your police union you're not allowed to speak about this issue? Because that would be really screwed. It would be really upsetting if because of your police union you were not allowed to speak at it.
Wanting to know if you've met your quota to get your new militarized equipment for the next year. Have you met your quota for filling the prison?
We're going to make sure that they're defunded because they don't need no more gang tasks.
Don't worry. The federal government wants the police to be militarized, so they offer them grants. And to get the grants renewed, you have to show that you use them.
It's just evident black male harassment, and it's not even being covered up. It's just plain and evident.
These last people pulled you over. You should be ashamed. Ashamed.
Yeah. And it's like just because a person, you know, may have a pass or something, they just keep holding it, dangling it over their heads, and it's not right.
They want to put up the real estate or
that's funny, man. Oh, shit. Oh, that shit funny, man. Hey, man, you just feel like a punk, man.
Hey, Jermaine. Yeah, I'm parked out here. Jermaine, I'm parked out here. Hey. I'm down there.
That's the one I was talking to. That was
What's going to happen?
They're going to let you in the house. No, you get your behind in the house. We need everybody's business card. We need everybody's business card. You guys are all over the house. Don't do that, though. It's illegal for you to do that.
Would you like my card?
I want everybody's card. You said they were working. They're no longer working. You should say that.
I've got my card. I'm their supervisor. So all the documents will all be linked together by the
And actually saw everything that happened. So, you guys want to say you're supposed to give up the card? Okay, so you guys know that. She's started.
It's quite all right, actually. That's per policy. So he's saying it's his right to say that all of his people don't get his right. Over, Bob. Lay back down on my couch.
So basically nothing was found and they're free to go?
They did this for no reason. They did this 2 weeks ago and they need to do it again. They're trying to let this guy know they don't want to see him driving.
Okay, well that was pretty obvious,
I
huh?
would think that they better not ever have that guy. I don't know how many blocks it is from MLK to Interstate on Killingsworth. Joanne Hardesty, who's a former senator and tracks that, said there were over, wasn't it 300 arrests, Justin?
300 arrests, yes.
300 arrests.
Average 200 a month.
MLK to Interstate. On Killingsworth.
Unbelievable.
MLK to
So that type of stuff happens all the time?
Yes, and it's called cleaning out the community, getting ready for urban renewal. They no longer redline us into the Northeast. They have made the rent impossible, people losing their homes, not getting their, not being able to pay taxes, or their landlords raising their rent. They've moved us out to what they call the numbers in Gresham. It's red line, that's where we're to go. And their job is to eliminate or imprison or otherwise remove from this area those people of color or poverty or mental illness. It's a job to clean up.
Those boys have to worry not only about just being in their own community, but one of the girls was telling me when they really want to get someone, they just plant something on them.
Right. Yep. Right.
And they might have done that today.
If it hadn't been for us.
The mama just told me that. Oh, be careful. Last week, the mama just told me this. She said that my son just got stopped last week. 22 policemen were there. The same thing, but just last week.
Oh my God.
The same incident. The same incident.
Harassing him for some. I mean,
because look at the car. The car. It's the car.
Right. Right. He's driving 2 nights a car.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't do that in white America.
Gang you.
Right.
You can't have anything nice in white America.
The gang unit was the same unit that shot Otis Keaton, too.
Yeah.
Doing the same sort of tactic. Just the way he looked or his car. No real apparent reason.
And they're filling their quota. Because if they haven't made enough arrests, doesn't matter if it's false, it doesn't matter if they've harmed people, then they won't get their grant renewed for more militarized equipment. Because the federal government, the empire builders, want to militarize the police. And the best way to do it is to get them to use the military equipment that they give them grants for at ridiculous prices.